You're taking tadalafil, but the effect is nowhere near what you expected. Don't worry, you're not the only one. Many men, especially those over 60, make silent mistakes that significantly reduce their sexual performance. The good news is that this can change starting today. As a urologist with over 10 years of experience in sexual medicine, I can assure you that there are 5 practical strategies. Yes, strategies that can truly enhance the effect of tadalafil and restore the vigor you thought was lost. This is not about increasing the dose, but about using it smartly. Pay attention. If you ignore these steps, you could be wasting up to 70% of the medication's effectiveness without even realizing it. Stay until the end, because every detail I will share can make the difference between a frustrating experience and one that completely transforms your intimate life after 60. If this information can help you regain your confidence, imagine how much it could benefit other men who are still unaware of these secrets. So, if you can, like this video, comment on what impacted you the most and share it with someone who needs it. Together, we are going to revolutionize sexual health in mature age with clear, direct information based on real medical experience. Let's start from the beginning by correcting the most common mistake I see in my patients. First advice: timing is crucial. The magic window of tadalafil. Many men believe that just taking the medication and waiting is enough. But it's not like that. There is a key moment, an optimal absorption window, where the results become clear. If it is ignored, even a powerful drug can seem ineffective. The ideal moment is between 30 minutes and 2 hours after taking it. That is when your body can make the most of the substance. A patient named Michael, 65 years old, came to my office completely frustrated. He said the medication wasn't working, but we discovered he was taking it after a heavy dinner and expecting immediate results. We adjusted his schedule. Now he takes it 90 minutes before any intimate encounter, always on a light stomach. His experience changed radically. That small adjustment restored his masculine potency. Using tadalafil correctly begins with understanding how your body absorbs it. If you take it on a full stomach, especially with heavy food or alcohol, absorption can drop drastically. So, what should you do? Prioritize light meals rich in vegetables and lean proteins at least 2 hours before. Avoid greasy cheeses, fried foods, and processed meats. All of this directly affects sexual health in mature age. Additionally, staying well hydrated is an often underestimated strategy. Dehydration slows circulation, making it harder for tadalafil's active ingredient to be distributed properly. Drink water throughout the day, especially before and after taking the medication. It may seem like a minor detail, but in geriatric sexual medicine, it's precisely these small cares that produce remarkable results. Here is a recommendation based on recent studies. Walking for 20 to 30 minutes after taking the medication helps stimulate blood flow, which can increase effectiveness by up to 20%. It is a simple habit, yet extremely powerful. A light walk, preferably outdoors with mindful breathing, acts as a natural enhancer. For men taking other medications at the same time, timing is even more crucial. Some drugs, such as blood pressure medications or anti-anxiety treatments, can interfere with absorption. Always consult your trusted doctor to adjust schedules and avoid conflicts. Remember that the goal is not just to enjoy a good night, but to improve your intimate life after 60 safely. And finally, establish a routine. Do not take tadalafil randomly. Create a personal protocol, almost like a ritual. Prepare the environment, control the timing, take care of your diet and your mind. This transforms the experience not only physically, but also emotionally. And this is where the second pillar of this transformation comes in. Now let's talk about one of the most common errors, and at the same time one of the most ignored by older men. Second advice: silent mistakes that sabotage the medication. One of the most frequent causes of erectile dysfunction in mature age is not aging itself, but how a man handles or ignores factors that affect tadalafil's effectiveness. Many believe that everything depends on luck, but in reality, they make repetitive mistakes that block results without realizing it. Some examples include skipping meals, taking it with alcohol, or self-medicating without guidance. David, a 69-year-old patient, confessed that he used to take the medication with a glass of wine to set the mood. He didn't understand why it wasn't working. I explained that alcohol reduces blood flow to the genital area and alters the absorption of the active ingredient. Only by eliminating that combination did his sexual performance return to levels he hadn't experienced since his 50s. Sometimes, the first step is not adding something, but stopping what is sabotaging everything. Among the mistakes in using tadalafil, one of the most critical is changing the dose on your own. Many think that if 10 milligrams don't work, 20 will be better. But more does not always mean better. In many cases, doubling the dose only causes more side effects and adds no additional benefit. The smart dose is the one that fits your body, metabolism, and daily routine, not what you see online or what worked for a friend. Another frequent mistake is anxiety and mental pressure. Yes, the mind also plays a key role. If you take the medication expecting an instant effect as if by magic, you are falling into a psychological trap. Excessive expectations can create tension, insecurity, and anticipatory frustration. Tadalafil needs time, calmness, and emotional connection. That combination is what truly enhances masculinity, especially in men over 60. And be careful with natural supplements taken without supervision. Some men take ginseng, maca, or arginine at the same time, but they often don't know that certain combinations can interfere with the absorption of the medication. Before mixing any supplement, consult your doctor. There are natural enhancers, yes, but they must be used strategically, not out of desperation. Self-medication is also on the list of serious mistakes. Even seemingly harmless medications like antacids or pain relievers can affect how the body processes tadalafil. Here comes the best advice. Always follow a plan guided by a professional. A personalized protocol can triple the effectiveness. This is not an exaggeration. It is geriatric sexual medicine based on evidence. If all of this seems overwhelming, don't worry. The good news is that with small daily adjustments, which we will see in the next advice, your body can become an ally of the medication instead of an obstacle. And it all starts with what you decide to put on your plate. Now we move to a key factor that is often overlooked but can completely nullify the effect of the medication. Third advice: the foods that neutralize tadalafil and those that enhance it. Diet directly influences how tadalafil works in your body. It's not just what you eat, but when and how you eat it. Foods high in fat, such as processed meats, fried foods, aged cheeses, or heavy desserts, can drastically reduce the absorption of the active ingredient. This is one of the invisible reasons why so many men say, "This isn't working," when in reality their body is simply blocking the effect completely. A notable case was James, 71 years old. He took his tadalafil before every intimate encounter, but always after large dinners, with wine and dessert. When I suggested a change, fresh salad, lean protein, and water for his next date, he was amazed. In his own words, it felt as if the medication woke up. That was the moment he understood the true meaning of using tadalafil correctly. The main recommendation is very clear: avoid fatty meals at least 2 hours before taking the medication. Prioritize foods that support circulation and are quickly digested. Some ideal examples are fish, green vegetables, cucumber, oats, and water-rich fruits like watermelon and cantaloupe. This type of diet, in addition to being healthy, acts as a natural enhancer to improve sexual health in older men. Another point to consider is caffeine. While moderate doses can support vasodilation, too much causes nervousness and can even affect the quality of the erection. The same goes for sugary drinks or soft drinks. The cleaner and more natural your diet, the better your sexual performance. It's that simple. Studies show that certain foods, such as beets, garlic, or ginger, increase nitric oxide in the blood, which enhances tadalafil's action. You can find reliable information on medical websites like Medline Plus or the Mayo Clinic. But you don't need to overcomplicate things. Simply eliminating what blocks absorption is already a big step toward a better erection in mature age. Additionally, digestion timing is crucial. If you eat and lie down immediately afterward, your metabolism slows down. Walking for 10 to 15 minutes after eating improves circulation and prepares your body to absorb the medication more efficiently. Mark, for example, turned this into a daily habit. Since then, his intimate experience has become much more pleasurable, lasting, and natural. Let's take a quick pause. If this type of content is opening your eyes to previously ignored details, like this video and subscribe, because this is just getting started. What comes next can completely change your relationship with the medication and with yourself. Now let's talk about a powerful factor that is often completely ignored: the body in motion. Fourth advice: the right exercise capable of tripling tadalafil's effect. The human body is a machine, and like any machine, it needs to be in operation to perform at its best. Most older men taking tadalafil don't realize that their level of physical activity directly influences the medication's response. It's not about running marathons, but about keeping circulation active consistently. A sedentary lifestyle is the #1 enemy of male potency. Robert, 72, told me he would take the medication and just sit on the couch waiting for it to work. Literally. His partner complained about the lack of energy and enthusiasm. I designed a simple protocol: 30-minute morning walks, gentle stretches, and breathing exercises. Within a few weeks, not only did his sexual performance improve, but he also felt more awake and full of life. Tadalafil only needed a body willing to cooperate. Movement stimulates the cardiovascular system, oxygenates tissues, regulates blood pressure, and optimizes the response of the nerves responsible for erection. In other words, exercise prepares the body for the medication to work at its maximum potential. This is especially relevant in cases of erectile dysfunction in mature age, where circulation is often compromised due to aging or chronic diseases like diabetes or hypertension. An ideal routine for men over 60 includes daily walks and low-impact exercises, such as gentle yoga, swimming, or stationary cycling. The secret is consistency. Even 20 minutes a day generates significant physiological changes. Remember, the goal is not an athlete's body, but to keep circulation active so tadalafil works with full effectiveness. And let's not forget mental training. Breathing exercises, meditation, and positive visualization also play an important role. Stress, as we will see next, can nullify any physical progress. That is why, when incorporating movement, it is also essential to cultivate calmness. Some men combine walks with relaxing music, audiobooks, or wellness podcasts. A concrete recommendation: try the Calm or Insight Timer apps. Another benefit of exercise is the improvement of hormone levels. Activating the body helps maintain testosterone within healthy ranges, which enhances sexual desire, energy, and overall bodily response. Even sleep improves, indirectly affecting intimate performance. Everything is connected. This is how a fuller, more authentic, and lasting sexual life after 60 is built. And if this seems like too much to start with, I propose a simple challenge. Walk for 15 minutes after watching this video. Do it for yourself, for your health, and for the person you share your bed with. What we will discuss next will be the perfect complement to keep these changes active in your daily life. Now we arrive at the factor that most sabotages tadalafil's action and that most men completely underestimate. Fifth advice: how stress and incorrect dosing can ruin your performance. No medication works properly in a body that is constantly on high alert. Chronic stress is one of the silent enemies of sexual health in older men. When you are anxious, your body releases adrenaline, a hormone that constricts blood vessels. The result? Blood flow to the intimate area decreases and tadalafil loses potency. It's like pressing the brake while stepping on the accelerator. No progress is possible. Jonathan, 68, told me that the medication only worked sometimes. The first thing I noticed was his restless gaze, trembling hands, and sleepless nights for weeks. It wasn't a physical problem, but a mental one. I recommended starting cognitive therapy, practicing deep breathing twice a day, and reducing phone use at night. Over time, he not only regained control, but his body responded firmly again. That's when he understood the true power of a stable emotional state. Many men believe that increasing the dose will solve everything, but the reality is that the body has limits. A higher dose does not guarantee better results and can increase tadalafil's side effects, such as headache, facial flushing, indigestion, and blurred vision. In the long term, insisting on high doses without medical supervision can cause more harm than benefit. This is where the concept of the smart dose comes in, the minimum dose that produces the best effect for you. The key is knowing your own body. Some men respond well to 5 milligrams daily, others need 10 or 20, depending on the situation. But adjustments should never be made impulsively. The urologist's advice is simple. Start with the lowest effective dose and only adjust if your doctor indicates it. This ensures safety, effectiveness, and prolongs long-term results. Remember, the goal is not just to have a good night, but to build a satisfying stage of life. A powerful tool against stress is diaphragmatic breathing. Practice it 5 minutes before intimacy. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, and repeat. This is the 4x4 method, used by athletes and military personnel to control the mind. Use it to your advantage. It's free, effective, and strengthens male potency from within. Another little mentioned ally is rest. Sleeping well regulates hormones, improves mood, and stabilizes blood pressure. All of this enhances the natural treatment for erections that you are building. If you have trouble sleeping, review your sleep hygiene. No screens before bed, dim lighting, and no caffeine after 6 p.m. It may seem minor, but it makes a big difference. And if all of this feels overwhelming to apply at once, remember, you don't need to do everything at the same time. You can start by reducing stress, then adjust your dose, and later review your diet. What matters is moving in the right direction, because when body, mind, and strategy align, the results change completely. Now that we have covered the 5 pillars, it's time to organize all this knowledge in one place. With these 5 tips, based on years of clinical experience in your hands, the question is, what are you going to do with this information? Knowing is not enough. You have to apply it. Start today with small changes. Adjust the time you take your medication, review your diet, move a little more, reduce stress, and talk to your doctor about the ideal dose for you. These are simple decisions that can completely transform your intimate life after 60. And remember, no treatment works the same for everyone, which is why it's essential to have a trusted doctor who knows your history, your limits, and your goals. Geriatric sexual medicine is a constantly evolving specialty, and you have the right to enjoy your maturity with vitality, dignity, and pleasure. I will ask you a direct question. Which of these tips seems the most difficult for you to apply today? And which one will you implement first? Write it in the comments with the phrase, "I'm ready to regain my potency." Reading your message can motivate other men who are also seeking solutions. Here we share experiences, not judgments. Thank you for making it this far. Truly, your time is valuable, and I am honored that you chose to invest it in your sexual health as an older adult male. I hope this content has given you clarity, hope, and above all, practical tools to take action. And if you believe this video can help another man, your father, brother, friend, or even your partner, don't hesitate to share it. Like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and join us on this mission to bring well-being and male potency to every stage of life.